A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on a pony? Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Run to him. You decided the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. That worked out great. Yes? Okay. I'm gonna go back to the title screen. I'm gonna restart. Because I missed the first two things. I clicked too fast. Okay. I clicked way too quickly. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You could stay in this moment forever. Or you wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Smack that clock and up and at 'em. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever. Yup. You slept through the school year and gave up on the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Yeah, but I slept. I got a nap in, man. Finally! I think I found the first ending of the game. Let's try that again. Got a nice nap in, though. And that's the game. There we go. All right. Smack the clock, up and at 'em. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. Speedrun, yep. On the last book for now of the series I'm reading. Nice. Your mind begins to wander. You'll need to take this seriously. Who will be there? Well, what will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. I feel like we're gonna miss class if we do that, so you need to take this seriously. I'd better make sure to arrive prepared for the first day. You bust through your morning checklist. Teeth brushed, hair combed, pits deodorized. Nothing can stop you now. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just what you need to get your blood flowing. Carbs. Staying in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for Learning. The name is throwing me for some reason. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Dak. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? This is giving 90s rom-com, or 2000s rom-com. Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot of nervous. It's just that this morning I made breakfast for myself, but, well, when I ate it, I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam, raised by the Master Chef parents. Pfft, typical, classic situation that we find ourselves in all the time. She's always held herself to a very high standard. Going to get my cooking degree at the University of Cooking School where I will learn cooking and fuck Colonel Sanders. I believe that is the quick summary of the game. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from that quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you are the most loving, caring person I know. Ooh, backstory. You're gonna do great. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, oh my god, I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. 3-day only semesters, god, the dream. The sweet girl Miriam has always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer, she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. As one does. We practice our first kiss on a mannequin. Quick sandbox. I just had a regular sandbox. I know, that one must have been running. Should you pep talk her or change the subject to give her some relief? Pep talk your best friend, change the subject to school gossip. Well, let's give her a pep talk. Remember last month when we saw the fortune teller and had our tarot cards read? The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. Uh-oh. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet, and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that card with the fancy-looking tower? Oh god, not a tower card. And the other card featuring the Hampson fellow in the red suit? Isn't that death? Isn't that death in the tower? Oh boy. I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. Oh no. Wish I get my degree in 3 days, right? I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we'll be graduating and you'll be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time. As you talk Miriam up, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. You know how many degrees I could have if I got them in 3 days? No, for real. Be amazing. Take a quick 3-day weekend, go get a new degree. Can you believe I cut them myself? I can believe it. You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. That's so crazy. You cut your own bangs? I never could have guessed that. That's wild. Taking a week off to get a degree? Taking a week off to get a fucking, like, doctorate. Before you can get another word out, you're rudely interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons, rude, out of your hands and onto the ground. Hey! It's Ashley. Oh my god, look at the way they spelled it. Oh my god, Ashley. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants, and she knows it. Oh, damn. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. Okay, well, that's just rude. We don't have to body shame. Going to get my doctorate degree at the University of Doctor School where I study doctoring. Ashley's crazy. There's a lot of extra vowels in there. You leave Dax's shins alone. They are perfectly normal shins. What's wrong with my shins? Ugh, you can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying. You know for a fact that it's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everybody. I grew up with an Emily? Oh my god, that's so bad. If anyone here knows what perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. I'm definitely not crying right now about my shins. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van Van the Man Man. Van Van the Man Man. Excellent. Excellent. Van Van the Man Man has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight, you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Van Van. You rang. Oh, those chicken leg cutouts on her thighs. I'll have to look, but goddamn. Oh boy. Have you ever played Polyap? No, I have not. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. Oh my god, guys, it's fucking Team Rocket! Also, look at the apron. Holy. Oh my god, yeah, they are chicken leg cutouts on her like thigh highs. I can't believe that University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, she's kind of rocking the fit, not gonna lie. Why is that just my Baldur's Gate 3 character with like the hair? I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's not time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. He farted. He just farted. Oopsies. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That's you the trick. I love you! I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. This is so nostalgic of when I first started watching you. Wait, what? Oh, wait. Ducky, did you come in during the, Oh, I guess I didn't do that. I don't think I was live on Twitch, on TikTok for that one. What are you referencing? I'm curious now. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Date everything. Ah, okay. Yo, that's right. I was thinking of, there's a game I played a while back called The Case of the Serialized Killer, and it is like, it's kind of like this. It's like a clicking based like narrative driven game, where we were like trying to solve a murder mystery, and I did like full voices. I like voice acted everybody in it. It was actually really fun. But I was at my sister's when I was streaming that one. I would not have been live on TikTok for that one. I think it was before I even started streaming to TikTok, honestly. So we should play Dream Daddy. We'll look that one up next. This one only takes like an hour, so we can always play Dream Daddy tonight too. Hi, Pop. I'm Dak. So, are you gonna make me hold this door all day? Nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? Miriam, that is a child! I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure of where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. Who the fuck is that? A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable! Okay, that is fucking cute. Sprinkles? Oh my god. Now, quiet down, everybody. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. This is insane. What? A cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever! I guess only a dog's nose is capable of picking up the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as a swirl of cherry blossom petals fills the air inside the classroom. Professor Dog, meaning his name is Sprinkles Dog? I'm assuming so. My lazy-ass dog said this is AI. I don't think it's AI. I don't know, though. I don't think it is. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. What's up, Destiny? Oh, my. You're immediately swept up in the aura of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Arland. Colonel Sanders interrupts Sprinkles. Sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please, call me Colonel. Yes, the KFC game, Destiny. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty. Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Faucet Pits melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. It's fucking Sprinkles just in the middle. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class. And what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Dak sweats, it's not gross. It's beautiful. Look at that shimmer. Exactly. You take a moment to clean yourself up. It's a good thing you didn't forget about that deodorant this morning. This classroom is hot, hot, hot. Especially with Colonel Sanders up in here. Faucet Pits is insane. It really is. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School. Academy for Learning, the greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears. There will be blood. There might even be really adorable tiny food. Who is the man in the background? I'm going to go with Carl. No idea, though. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. And you will lift your sporks, and compete in the broom cooking arena. Carl Jr. I didn't even think about that when I said Carl, but yeah. Just then, another student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. They're called Flapoons. Hi guys, sorry I'm late. Hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss... Quiet! Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in this school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you, students, that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clank made it here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh my god, it's the rebirth of fucking Dishy from Data Everything. Oh my god. Not the rebirth of fucking Dishy. Oh god. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clank, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking. Based on what I'm picking up here, you definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart is tough. Smart but tough is well known. You decide to try it and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Alright, we give him a beef treat, a rubber ball, or a chicken snack. The game is chicken themed, so I'm guessing chicken snack is probably the right way to go. I think chicken snack is the right way to go. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkles' eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite. Well, I think there might be some competition for the new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hands slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they should have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. You gotta play My Horse Prince? Oh no. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Hey Dak, there's still a seat here, says Miriam. It seems that no one has claimed the seat next to me, if you're interested, says Colonel Sanders. 2 good options, but which will you choose? We're sitting by Colonel Sanders. Bye, Miriam. You move to take your seat by Colonel Sanders. It appears he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thanks for offering me this seat. I only had 2 rules. Do all you can and do it the best you can. It's the only way you ever get that feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settle into your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Brother, we've been in class for 5 minutes. What? Yay, a quiz about me, says Pop. This is incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you are ready for life at culinary school. Isn't this like a third of our entire semester today? Keep your knives sharp and your focus sharper. Here comes question number 1. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? It's only a 3-day class. You got to get the quizzes when you can, I guess. It's extremely important. Looking at you, Pop. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to night vision goggles. A slam dunk. Feather, I guess? That's right. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A comically oversized fork, a meat tenderizer, or a spork? That's got to be a spork, right? That's right. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it is prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat. A pancake that looks like a silly face. Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. That's right. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No. Yes. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. That one. That's right. Your total score is 5 out of 5. Perfect score. Wow. Be honest. Did you cheat? You cheating over there? You look up to see that Colonel Sanders has been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I have to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity dack. Why does my name work so great with that? You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow. Cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? Fragrance. I misspeak all the time, okay? I'm sorry. No, I just wanted to apologize for my tardiness. You see, howdy folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, it's about lunch. Everyone cheers. Who is this? Is he going to become the evil? Wait, who is KFC's like direct competitor? Do they have a direct competitor? Chick-fil-A? Does this guy go start Chick-fil-A? But shh. Lunch. What? Whose child is this? She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I have prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That's Zaxby's? That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, that smell. That smelly smell that's kind of smelly. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food the mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. Piled high are huge pieces of chicken, breaded and fried into a crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you, and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled bucket with chicken? What a novel concept. Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking, start eating. Honestly, you know what? Good line to live by. For years, I have been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculations, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and paper and is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I'll say about that. What, you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Nah, my dude. Nah. I'm just drafting a last will and testament in case one of those ingredients is poison. Got him. He looks around nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at his sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. Bitch! She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. She wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van the Man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Whoa, hold on. I mean, guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now. There's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, dig in. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of this bucket and you sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. I think we need to savor the moment. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with out of context, what a series of lines. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that only can be described as love. For a man? For a flavor? The same? After tasting his food, you try to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. NBD. No big deal. No big deal. It's just you and me talking here. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? The semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not going to give it up easily, but it doesn't hurt to be persistent. You know what they say about secrets, Colonel? Shouldn't learning be fun? You've got moxie, I'll give you that, kid. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone, then leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient. But you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. It's like attending a Christian university, ring by spring. Nah, ring in day 3. Unredacted or redacted? Wow! You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you'd get some if you searched. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice that Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders outside, standing in the quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I like to think about how my story will continue after I've graduated. Sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world, you can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Neg him to show your own strength. Yeah, brother. Wow him with a big idea to add an additional ingredient to really spice things up. Be modest, but thoughtful. I feel like we gotta wow him with a big idea. You know, about that, I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also know a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts on how you could improve it. Improve it? You want to change my secret recipe? And you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend an entire garden of chili pepper varieties. Habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect to improve it. The recipe is about balance and involves careful consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to... Let this be the last time you improvise on my recipes, Dak. I'm headed back to class for the next lesson. Damn. That certainly didn't go as planned. You better head back inside, but you wait a moment so that Colonel Sanders doesn't think that you're desperately chasing after him. Kinda am, though. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place. It's magnificent. Finally, we get to show our stuff. Wait a second. Oh no, we have to show our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans. You're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, we'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but unable to control yourself, you pounce on Colonel Sanders. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team? Team of two, that is. Me and you and me, us, we, together? If that wasn't clear. Want to be my partner? I like that he sits on a column. Well, he's a tiny little guy. Sure, Dak, I'll prepare our station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. Oops, we kind of abandoned Miriam. I'm sorry, Miriam. I'm doing it for love and chicken. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new Oh, God. Oh, we kind of fucked over Miriam, didn't we? Oh, no. Hello, new partner. Beep, boop, bzz. Oh, my. Two potential partners? I'm sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. It looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friend duties can be a little awkward. But that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Wow, okay, game. Fucking rude. On today of all days, game. Fuck you. Who do you want to ask to be Miriam's partner? Are we thinking Pop or Clank? I like that they're both onomatopoeia names. Clank? She did think Pop was cute, but Pop's also a child. Like, obviously a child. But Clank is obviously a dishwasher, so... Clank? Okay, we'll go with Clank. Sorry, Pop, but I think Miriam will be partying with Clank today. It's okay. I already ate. Not entirely clear if Pop has any idea what the point of school even is at this juncture. Child, so. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Who says you can't love a dishwasher? You know, you make a good argument. Warp, warp, warp. Hold on there, fella. We don't even know the assignment yet. Technically, Clank might not have a face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Bzzzt. Tissue? I hardly know you. God damn it. Oh, man. Clank judders and a panel shakes loose. You get the impression this is a sign of affection. Looks like you two will be fine. Now, it's time for you to focus on your own cooking classwork. All right, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest to your partner, Colonel Sanders? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy. Okay, well, that one feels obvious. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes. And gravy? I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll go get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners. Mind your own business, Ashley. Sanders' heart is my business. You better keep your fingers off my man. Get him, Ashley. Did someone call for me? Not the music change. Yeah! Kind of a banger song, actually. Okay. Okay. It's like Hard Rock meets Eurobeats. Ugh, no, geez, Van Van. While I'm over here crushing Dak's dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our classwork. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns, arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley, Van Van. Are we working in a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Dak was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was going to say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Ha! Doubt it. I love Van Van, unfortunately. Don't be rude, Van Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability to concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complete complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel, and if you don't watch out, Ashley is really going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your forever Bessie, who always has your back. Do we turn to Miriam or do we turn to Colonel Sanders? I feel like we turn to Colonel Sanders. I've been abandoning Miriam a lot here now, though, and I don't know what to do. I think the Colonel? That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm here to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class, so let's all respect the format, okay? You turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Dak as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Dak's natural talent or their loyalty. Being offended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud and full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that, in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into perfectly creamy mashed texture, with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well, while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be proud. I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry playing this game. Colonel Sanders holds a spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. Two of you stand, holding the same spork, and for that small moment, all of the madness and the pressure in this crazy world stops. Now I kind of want mashed potatoes. I know. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. You love something. Set it free. Together, you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling a sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van Van, do something! Do something! Scooping up a fingerful, Van Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Dak. We do not waste food in the broom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expected better from you. You throw one more spoonful, you'd both better be prepared to eat it from wherever it lands. Can I has potatoes face? Van Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes with gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe forged by my supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. That ends now. It is I who will have first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van Van and swipes a bite of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late. It has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him. Oh my god, he fucking died? He died! Oh my god! He died! Oh my god. Everyone, step back. Don't take another bite. When you look back at the plate, the rest of it is gone. You notice the tip of the tentacle is being slurped into Pop's mouth. Oh my god. Double homicide. Pop winces in pain for just a moment and then is almost immediately back to his oblivious self. Oopsies. Tastes like poison. Oh my god. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock has frozen the whole crowd. They are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things, despite obvious danger, has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure the professors here make enough money, says Sprinkles. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student, all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, school buildings have taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know, they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't even realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me of why I became so passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders is getting choked up. Cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him that you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Dak? There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there! Here's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I have been working towards that dream day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also, lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up! I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff, me the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance, you hear a long, sad sigh. Poor guy. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. I'm not high enough for this game. I need to be a lot higher for this. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds! How dare you threaten me as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level? Be afraid. Be very afraid of me because I'm a monster. See? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. Oh my god. Biblically accurate angel? No, for real. What will you do? Defend. You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Trepidation. You close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint and see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. Spork monster goes on the attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Oh my god. Fat lot of good that defense did. All right, we're attacking. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster won't forget this. Spork monster focuses their mashed mind and draws in energy from Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? I will attack. You decide to go on the attack. Which attack will you use? Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster is no quitter. Buffed up and ready to rumble. They go on the attack once again. Spork monster uses utilitensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. You take much more damage. You're not going to survive the battle. Attack. You decide to go on the attack. Cook with love. Cook with love does 1 damage. Spork monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of the quad. I wonder who's gonna have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for the ultimate attack. Rounded edge. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot pie power pinch. Pot pie power pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy. Finish him. No. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of this gnarly beast long enough to realize that he is still a living creature with a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Energy of 1,000 chickens is my new instant bio. Begone, beast, and don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The writing, pure cinema. The spork monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster left behind a special item. It appears to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection, it's so much more. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and you find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. Huh. Borko. That name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down from your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted. The world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy to keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home. In your tired state, you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. What a guy. Who the hell's Borko? I don't know. We're introducing new characters randomly. I love it. This game is insane in the best way. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. You wake on day 2. That was all the first day of school. I fucking forgot. Oh my god. An attempt to process the wild visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? Probably just because he already trusts you so much. Sure, that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think it might be like, I might like Clank? Like him? Like him? I know, it sounds like it's moving too fast, but there's something about him I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's actually a totally sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart, and he told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Miriam's gonna fuck a dishwasher. Miriam's gonna fuck a dishwasher. That is absolutely what's gonna happen. Did you know that Colonel Sanders was the most popular kid in his high school? This is crazy. No, but that does make complete sense. Yeah, but he was so popular that he was voted prom king at a school he didn't even go to, and he was also the convertible that he himself rode in at the front of the homecoming parade. Wait. He was the convertible that he rode in. I'm lost. I'm thinking something maybe got lost in pressure cooker language translation there. Yeah, I'm confused. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You and Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend a University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. You're a thing now? Oh my god.
Did I scare you? Yeah, I bet I did.
Go away, Moist. Hi, Ryu. Excuse me. We definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you? I guess. Wow, Miriam, bitch. Not supporting us in our love dreams. Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea about how to prove that your love is real. Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Thank you for the hydrate, Ryu. I do. I'm yapping.
It'll quench you. Nothing's quenching.
There we go.
It's the quenchiest.
Okay, I think you've had enough.
Your bestie's
Who lit
eyes
Toph on
light
fire?
up. A secret ingredient? Yeah, I just said. Secret ingredient. Is there a dramatic echo in here? Miriam checks to make sure that you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation with my family, a lovely man approached me in the botanical garden where I was wandering. This can't be good. He told me all about his passion for spices. Secret spices. The man even gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from the super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice, he even met me at the gate when I arrived, and later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I'd ever tasted. She made brownies. She made weed brownies. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning of spices here. She was a drug mule. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share the same interest in cooking, so we've stayed in touch, you know, like pen pals. I bet he would love to know more about new spices. Oh boy. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I only know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be much use to anybody. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you or Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with your bestie? Make up a fake ingredient. KFC edibles? Edibles, then KFC. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about, it was Eye of Newt. I know. Sounds like some kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Eye of Newt? Wow! Her eyes light up imagining such a thing. And you figure that you've satisfied her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. That's probably not good. Before you can ask her to confirm that she was definitely not just texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A wind rushes in. Cherry blossom petals fill the air. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school on a pony? Stand back and admire his majestic glory. Run to him. You decided the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are would be to run to him. Surely he'll sweep you up onto the back of his stallion, and you'll ride away together. That'll show her good. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. However, your sudden movements surprise the horse and it rears up, kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow completely knocks you out cold. That worked out great. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Dak, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this fucking guy. It is important that you remember this exactly as I say it. Shit, okay, I'm gonna take a photo of it. You forget the world could end, so now you know it's serious. I have been trapped in a realm beyond, but a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me, and all you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And that name is... But, before he can continue, you suddenly awake. Aw, jeez. You awake to find Colonel Sanders tending to you. He roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Yes. I feel like leaning in for a kiss right now is not the appropriate time to kiss. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school, and maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say who was in the wrong here. I think it was me. But one thing is for sure, that Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. Your shoes are great. I love the imprint they left on my fucking face. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears into the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you can see your 2 rivals, Ashley and Van Van, doing something bad. By the way they're hiding, you know it must be really bad. Like counterfeiting recipes bad, experimenting with restricted ingredients bad, summoning a demon bad. You try and get a peek over Van Van's hulking shoulders, but he sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Tell him to stop acting immature, act like you're not interested in them, but really try and get a closer look. You sit near the rivals, but you leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van Van mutter something that sounds a bit like a magic spell. However, he notices you eavesdropping. You try and cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. It's time for class and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules? I'm not sure you'd know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than just culinary skills. It takes creativity. It takes panache. And it doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they were hiding, and you instantly recognize it. It's a book, just like the one you found after your encounter with the Spork monster. That's the same book I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, hides the book behind his back. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is a family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice they haven't been just studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Oh, God. Before you can dig in any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. Almost time for class. Beep, beep. Clank must be running late. He's in such a hurry that he rolls in right over Van Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't do anything. Bzzz, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a stand mixer. Womp, womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Wherbs. Van Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men are about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely, he must know that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena, at least, or don't. Honestly, what do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sprinkles arrived to signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem that abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town, and my tiny legs are very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in trance. It's the scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down, off toppen. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what's up with that. Sorry, I got a little carried away there. After he catches his breath, Sprinkles regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of my favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson. Truly, you do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders. And you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding a tray of food in front of you. Well, Dak? Naturally, this appears to you to be a sample platter. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, a shimmering pepper, or a dog biscuit? I don't know. We weren't paying attention. I really don't know which one's the right decision here. For shits and gigs, I'm eating the dog biscuit. Because of the shape it's baked in, you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of his own culinary arts, perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles jumps and bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The entire class looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. Oh boy, that was the wrong choice. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but something is there. The Spork monster! Borko, what are you doing here? Not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. Oh my god, second life! You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You don't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. W. Borko. Which item do you want to sample? Okay, I'm glad we're not dead. Let's go for a shimmering pepper. A brightly colored pepper stands out from the other items. It sparkles in a most eye-catching way. So naturally, you reach out, grab it, and eat it right away. However, your body is not prepared for the heat. Pepper has triggered an intense spice hallucination. Feels like forever as you trip through the universe. My friend, ooh. This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. Ooh. Ghost of student. I love that. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. Ooh. All you must do is... I was saying to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is... Sorry, I think I've still got spice stuck in my throat. Sorry. You were saying. Continue. It's fine. I'll work through... to fulfill... the prophecy. Damn, I need a drink. You feel yourself begin to regain consciousness. Oh, man. You come to, and you find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth. Right. And now, it's gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. No, of course it was. Fucking of course. Why are we serving me the last pepper on Earth? Or anyone can relax. The cafeteria lights dim, and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. They really are Team Rocket. They just really are Team Rocket. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off the charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step up and tell them you're on. Oh, we're stepping up. A bit of a lunchtime competition, eh? Count me in. If I have to wipe the tables with you fools before I set my lunch down on it, then so be it. I'm not the fool. You're the fool. Good comeback. Good one, Van. I like your gumption, Dak. Thank you, Colonel Sanders. I'll be watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkles steps in. Surely he'll put a stop to this madness. Now, students, please settle down. This is a lunchroom, not a sports ring. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a sigh of relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Just then, a huge red light blasts you in the face, flashing the words, timer ready. That's what I'm talking about. Arrgh. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me, in case anyone was wondering. I hope it's a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. Oh my god, this is so good. I will defeat you myself. You had his chicken. You made mashed potatoes and gravy on day one, and you're feeling like you can really impress him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast. If the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature does water boil at? It is 100 degrees Fahrenheit. No? Oh, it's like 100. Oh, yeah, no, it's like 100 C. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm an idiot. That's wrong. What were you thinking, Jack? I'm sorry. I'm an idiot. I panicked. You're going to need to season this chicken before you can cook it. You don't know what Colonel Sanders' recipe is exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he use? 11. I know that one, Mutt, at least. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but you at least are headed in the right direction. Tail wagging intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Vigilance, trust, gratitude. Gratitude? That's right. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Now would be a great time to harness that energy. So where does it come from? Small town where big dreams are born. The shoulder of Orion. Small town where big dreams are born. That is right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. Arrgh. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Silence, sizzling, bubbling, sizzling. That's wrong. Fuck. Don't make me get a spray bottle. Shit. Next question. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Dak. He actually is cheering you on, which would be awesome, except knowing he's watching you makes me totally forget what you were doing. Now all I can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy would it take to fill a traditional Victorian bathing tub? I didn't even see the thing. What were you thinking? Get your mind back in the competition. Oh my god. What is this game? You are stranded on a desert island with only one desert cookbook. Which do you take? What a hunk. I know, right? You know what? Shouldn't you be focusing on the challenge? You're falling behind. Sorry, I forgot the question. You and Colonel Sanders ready? You and Colonel Sanders walking like... What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof, woof. You're really struggling to keep up. At the next station over, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough in a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Yikes. Zip. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. Whir. You might not have any hands, but Dak does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by doing the easy way. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand in the mixer to rescue your dough before it's over-mixed. Dak, no! But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by your quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Fuck, I lost a hand. Yo, what's up, food questions? You can ask a food-related question. Colonel Sanders shakes his head in shame. What you often find is that the easy way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone, stop what you're doing now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, that's too bad. And here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely, that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two. On account of Dak's injury. I got injured. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops. He locks onto the dish. But I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. What's your treat yourself food? Elote pizza from Pizza Luce in downtown Minneapolis. Fucking best slice in the city, in my opinion. It was damn good. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skip straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Dak to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Sounds delicious? It's so fucking good. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand. Colonel Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette, atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream, 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry gelée. I don't know how to pronounce that word. Gelée? Colonel Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not as impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger into his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into his ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Internalize the rage you feel, or put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. We've already got a broken hand because we stuck it in a stand mixer that was going. I think we got to go for it. You reach out with your apron to wipe the sauce off of his glistening face. Colonel Sanders recoils, no, and brushes you back. This goatee isn't a fashion statement. It is also functional. I was saving that flavor for later. Game over. No. No. Fuck. All right, step up to the streets. We try again. How did that fucking end that way? No. Okay. I'm not going to fuck it up this time. For anyone can relax, the cafeteria lights down. I'm glad we don't restart the beginning of the freaking game. We start here, which is good. Rivals enter. Yes, yes, yes. We know. You're on. Maybe the cooking competition is like a dead end. I don't know. We'll get this right. I'm going to get this right now. All right. There goes the timer. 100 Celsius. I'm not going to fuck this up this time. Original quote. Formed by diamonds under pressure. Yep. All right. Boil some water. 100 C, not F. That's right. I don't know how it would have gone. Winner gets to rub my furry belly. Ooh, I love that. Gonna need seasoned chicken. Okay. It is 11 spices. That is right. Basic steps. Gratitude. Small town where big dreams are born. Silence. That's right. When they taste your cooking, you'll be taken with that they will be unable to speak. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eyes. I believe in you, Dak. He's actually cheering you on, which could be awesome, except knowing you makes you watch you totally forget what you're doing. Okay. Looking over the horizon. Get your mind back in the competition. Desert Island only for a cookbook. Okay, I think we fucked up. Walking along the beach. I don't know what it has to do. I'm struggling to keep up. I think this might be a bad route for us. Maybe we decline the competition. I broke my hand again. I also broke my hand. Okay, this is not going well. Well, that did not go well. Well, let's choose a different thing and like not step up, and maybe things will go well for us. I guess we'll find out here. Leans in, does the chocolate. Internalize my rage. Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off of your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. My eyebrows burned off because I internalized my rage? Okay. Sure. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, storm rages. It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from that run-in with the mixer. in that small fire. We should get you checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life. Not just for you, but for all of us. Do you ever think that I've failed at any... Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you. Enrolled in culinary school. Incredibly handsome. Successful. Motivated. He can fill my fryer. Well, handsome, sure. I was born that way. But I've walked other paths and I've arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. This piano is amazing. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you see something ignite inside of him. Burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Yay! Why the fuck is Pop here? Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before. You prepare for the worst. TikTok trying to end my live stream right now? Brother. We're in the middle. We're in the middle of this. It's the Spork Monster. Borko! It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore. But, yeah, Pop just had to remind us he existed. I just want to say that I was wrong to attack you. I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong, and a cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. Magic spellbook, you say? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef and shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. You need me. Don't fear. I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Dak, together I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. Oh my god, his hideaway! Personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. He's taking me to the cottage! Oh my god, a hanging fireplace? I fucking love those! Look at the goddamn picture window. All we need is a big fluffy rug in front of that fire and then just like, go to town. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. Looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. Just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Perhaps both. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it as a secret, just for you? We're revealing this shit, man. You decide that you're as ready as you ever will be to share your original cooking with Colonel Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent! Together, you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. I was thinking it'd be the perfect time to get naked, but yeah, sure, snooping. Around the corner, the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. Take a closer look at a large urn sitting on a nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty. When you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. The baby picture of the facial hair? I know, I just saw that. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and the mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel Sanders himself. He's bald and has a goatee as a baby. That, or maybe it's the drumstick he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? This must be where he keeps the secret recipe. You think for a moment, what number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 11, 11, 11, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? We just opened a door. I'm scared. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt? Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices? One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. I think he is a time traveler. They hold fried chicken drumsticks together and appear to be cheersing them. That is not what that shows. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. A scented candle. You pick it up and try to identify the smell. Power tool? Freshly starched collar? Piece of wood floating in a lake? Summer of 69? Oh my god. It's the Bang Cabin. No, it's one of the secret recipe ingredients. It's redacted! A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silver in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Its hair is made of actual silver. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic. It's real. Taxidermy? Must have been important to Colonel Sanders when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. Just then, the ghost of student pops up. "Are you thinking about heading into the world on a quest to avenge my death?" Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost of student is swept out into the breeze. Alright, is the door the last thing? I think the door is the last thing. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug. Yo, what's up, Haley? This is, fuck, what's the name of it again? It's like, I Love You, Colonel Sanders. It's a Colonel Sanders KFC dating sim. It's free on Steam. It's ridiculous. It's so great. Breathing in his scent, they say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they mean? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket. A finger-licking good dating sim. Yeah, exactly. I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket! You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment. Make a big move. You tell him you're cold. You fess up and you tell the truth. Truth. You confess. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and you run for the door. The thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes, Stack? I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night, drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. Dude, I want like the piano music that keeps playing. It's actually very calming. Not another dream sequence. You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. I know the music in this is actually low-key really good. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Today is a day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about, redacted. In some jurisdictions, redacted isn't even legal. But if the recipe is secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Here is a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food. It takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Take him down a peg? No, we'll peg him. Flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. With the right business partner, I know it can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school, after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something bad might have happened to you. It's okay. I was just, but now it turns out that you're fine. I can finally get up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what's been happening to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered up with Clank, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. Not that kind of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she say skydiving? As if that was a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story. However, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened. But the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals on the quad. Oh my god, Team Rocket. You can tell from a distance that they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a tree. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Jared, where have you been, dude? It's Valentine's Day. Of course it's Sexy Dak Day. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Dak, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. I didn't say any of that. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident, I forgot we broke our hand, makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. Naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Dak, how's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday, I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? What about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you are passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Dak. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Sorry. Maybe you could tell me more about your thoughts as we walk into class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside, Dak. Ashley, that bitch! Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday, and you start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's that book? It looks like bad news. Just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book that weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in a case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. Scrubbing out Colonel Sanders? I don't want to do that. That is way drastic. Couldn't you do something else like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Like maybe tie a string around your finger. Okay, fine. It is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you. And a pretty good excuse to try it out. I don't want to cast this, I don't think. Why would I want to forget the Colonel and our amazing night together? We connected emotionally in his sex cabin. I'm not doing it. You take your friend's advice and you put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice, make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework and give it to him as a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you to never come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you. Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You'd better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied with his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but other squirrel within hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone. I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Dak, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go on any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by whirs and sparks coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. Bzzz. You think I wanted to be thrown from a plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's languages of mechanical noises. Whir. But no, you had to show off to your cool kid friends Jeff and Joan, J&J forever. Actually, yeah, J&J forever. Jonah Julian. Hell yeah. Watch us form a triangle in midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Now does it? Clank. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can all hold hands as you pedal down the mountain or off a cliff for all I care. Sad beep. Clank begins to shudder. Steam pours out of the gaps in his panels, and then a loud ding stops him in his tracks. Beep. Bzzz. No amount of seasoning is going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank burps out a completely deep-fried sneaker, considering that he himself has wheels, not feet. It is not entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep fried footwear, deep fried footwear. I don't know why that says friend. Typo. I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with his shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't just see that entire thing go down. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. TM. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey, Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. I forgot she does tiny food. How could he embarrass me in a class like that, in front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustration is such a silly boy. Yo, what's up, Soon? I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise to this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me? No, I am. Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show you a little interest anyhow. Damn, I'm preaching. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for the day. I'm gonna make a very special soup. I can't read. And I bet the Professor Dog is gonna love it. While you were pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. Test of will. Test of courage. Test of talent. What are we playing? It is a free game where we romance Colonel Sanders of KFC fame. It is incredibly ridiculous. Also, we painted my nails earlier and we made Legos like a dark gray and gold. They're kind of terrible, but yeah. Yeah, this game is ridiculous. This game is absolutely ridiculous, but I'm loving it. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of a recipe you've been working on. Dak's famous chicken pot pie. I know, I like the gold accents too. They're fun. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Oh, he's looking for a different kind of cram session. Dak, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. They made him fine as fuck? Oh yeah, they did. Oh yeah, they did. Just you wait. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You usually happily share your food with anyone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desire, but that decision, it's hard to stick with when the oven timer goes off behind you. Fess up about your practice dish. I feel like we need to. Okay. You got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but chicken pot pie with an all butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can smell that it was made with a heaping help of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. This game is ridiculous. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles, this is our professor. Oh, no. This game has been peak anime in every way. It's so good. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus the pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley, these are our antagonists, are prepping wildly elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. This is our best friend. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, copyright, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. I think we're like an hour and a half maybe into this, I think. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fiercely injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Baster Blaster. Oh my god, that is something else. Van flexes his pectorals as he chops open a sea urchin. Oh, that's not good. Let's rock and roid. Yeah, he's on roids. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. God damn it. The anime lines are fucking killing me. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen or the appliance uprising will take us all. What a fucking left turn. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's almost certainly evil magic? Cast the spell. Do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders, he wants us to do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? Yes, I'm gonna do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms. Gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Dak. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Dak, since we were little kids because I'm your best friend forever. Peak Wattpad type writing right here. Oh, it's been so good. You turn and notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering here, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. Oh, fuck. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get an eye of newt from? The boiling pot explodes. Miriam, what the fuck are you doing? Sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve. His name's fucking Steve. Oh, that's Borko. It is I, Steve the Spork Monster. I thought his name was fucking Borko. Steve, what happened to Borko? You're not supposed to be here to battle me. Who are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. Fucking hell. But you have conjured Steve, and I hate to battle. So I'd say you're doing pretty all right. Oh my god. Oh, hey, you're right in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve the Spork Monster notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. It's a different Spork Monster, and his name is fucking Steve. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Yeah, you guessed it. Sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country, you can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I need to know who wrote this. I know, me too. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School when I had fallen asleep during scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Give up and drop out of culinary school. Okay, well, that's a bad decision. You summon extra power from deep down within yourself. Yes, we do. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. I don't know if it's AI generated or not. I have no idea. I think this is an older game. We'll take a look after. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Dak, you are the chosen ones. You will avenge me. Shut up, ghost. The power you'd been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. Yeah, he died earlier. It's a whole thing. We don't know his name. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know what? You know that with this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because while you were powering up, your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. Fuck. But don't worry, dear Dak. You may have suffered some setbacks, but it's not lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and the time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken tenders you have ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects, and that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? I know, his arm is literally as thick as his head is. Time's up, students. The time expired. It's the moment everybody has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall. The class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. Sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Oh, good night, crack. Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Yes, the corgi is the teacher. I know, off screen is hilarious. Pop, get down from there right now. Okay, who hung him in a closet off a hook by his underwear? Let me guess, did Van Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. He has his juice box. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS AL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second. Pranks? Pranks? Clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You wait to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Semester was literally 3 days long. Wow, 3 whole days long. Yeah, exactly. But after days of hard work, time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now, describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny Narutomaki I spy afloat in this itsy bitsy bowl? I probably fucked that up. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea honey made from baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+, rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Dak, for helping me believe in myself. Van Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. He was cooking, yeah. I made uni over smooth egg custard with an axe-hewn urchin. Yeah, urchin. Can't urchin be toxic as well? He was the one doing the poisonous octopus earlier. Topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of sea urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof, woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. I had ice cream? Let's go, Belle. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first. That's how I do it. But he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. Oh no. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. Time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. Oh boy. Ashley really does like being eccentric with her dishes. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I'd ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food. At a cooking school? Got toast in your ears or something, Dak? I told you. It's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job of cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. Kind of a sick burn. I kind of like it. Respect. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. No, she does have a point. It's a good point. I'm not gonna lie. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. Team Rocket's blasting off again. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese, fuck, that looks good, I'm so hungry right now, has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh. I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass, you get a pass. Everybody passes. Everybody gathers around and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. You win. Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu item is so impressive, even Van Van and Ashley are drawn back in by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you indeed are an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be better than this one? Now the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment. To get that groove on. Cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh! You knew that Sprinkles is a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Van Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were the villains. Damn, she got full Daisy Dukes on here. Also, love that the shirt still matches her previous outfit. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. The outfits made them evil. I mean, when you're that hot, you can't be hot and evil, or hot and good. You gotta be hot and evil. You gotta have like a weakness somewhere, I guess. I don't know. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh. Amusing. And now that everyone is together, it's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. I'm channeling hot and evil energy this year, as we should. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking to Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet, you see, perched atop his dirty chef's hat, a crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. He's the son of the school's dean. Freaking Nepo baby. Now I get it. And we get a new wing in the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. He's alive. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. He's an alien. What? What? I actually feel like I knew it the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides, no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear she's managed to surpass you in that regard. Fair. I understand, kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens up, and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Whoa, he's in a t-shirt. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end, maybe? No, it's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. Dak, what are you doing sitting all alone? Oh, you know, just waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that would you expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, oh, I don't know. Spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. Just name a couple. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to spend it together with you, Dak. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something I'll just need to do by myself. Wow. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? You found your love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at pastry school? Oh, my dear Dak, I'm sure that you'll find your place eventually. And along the way, you'll have me by your side. The end. I never got to kiss him? Rude. Rude dating game. Rude. Fucking hell, why is that so loud? Oh my god. Oh my god. Fuck off, that's so loud. Why is that so loud? It's gonna blow my fucking speakers out. That was insane. Like this, I'm on 6% and I can't put my headphones back in still. Normally on 50%. Oh my god. Dude, what a fucking game. That was a ride.